Hello guys, it's Nick and welcome back to my channel and another video. Today I am doing a video all about my tattoos. I know it's not super India related, but I do have a good few India related tattoos. Yeah, a few people over the last month have asked me to mention if I have any meanings about my tattoos and just wanting to know about them, so I decided to do a video talking about every one of my tattoos. This has been a long journey for me. I've been getting tattoos now since I was 18. Don't really get them that much anymore, to be fair, but I love reflecting about them. For me, every tattoo I have represents me at some time in my life. That for me is one of the reasons I enjoy tattoos so much. As we're just always growing and changing throughout life, I think having something on me that I take around with me that like directly links me to that time, I really enjoy that. Maybe you're wondering why I've ever wanted to get tattoos, because I feel like you're either a tattoo person or you're not. It's rare that there's like people that just have like one tattoo or two. It's usually like you're really into tattoos or you're not at all. For me, I think I was influenced by a lot of things. I think firstly, growing up, I was always listening to a lot of like rock music. Like that was my identity for such a long time, and identified with that so much that everyone in that alternative world, like majority of people have tattoos. So I think it just kind of was something that I was naturally drawn to because it went hand in hand with the way I expressed myself. But honestly, the main reason I've always been drawn to tattoos is for the sense of individuality. You know, the fact that I can be identified purely off of my tattoos alone, that's something that's always been like important to me for some reason, to like be different in some sense and not be exact same as other people. Like the kinds of tattoos you have like tell a lot about a person, and just growing up that was just always really important to me, like just to be a bit different and not be the same as everyone else. Nowadays though, that's not really my mentality. Like if I get a new tattoo, that's not really why I'm getting it. I'm just getting it because it represents something or means something, or I just think it looks nice. You'll see with some of my tattoos, they don't always have a big deep meaning. Some of them I just like. I liked them, I liked the design, I liked the image. My perspective as well is that life is just so short. You know, people are always like, oh, what if you regret your tattoo or something? And I just know that that would never be me, because I just don't have that mentality of like regretting in general. Like I don't regret anything because everything has led me to where I am, made me the person I am. There is no other option. So I don't really have that mentality of like, oh, I regret getting this tattoo, even though some of them, would I get them today? No, but I don't regret them. My mentality is always that like time is so short, life is so short, life's so limited. Why wouldn't you just do things that make you happy or do things you want to do? That's my mentality, but not for everyone. So yeah, that's a bit of background into why I started getting tattoos in the first place. Anyway, let's get into it. Apologies because this one is difficult to show, but this was my very first tattoo I ever got. It is like the play pause music buttons. So I got this tattoo when I was 18, I believe. I had just moved to Dublin and I had just started college. So I was studying music production. That's what my bachelor's degree is in. Since I had been like 14 or something, I'd really always wanted tattoos. So as soon as I turned 18, that is one of the first things I wanted to do, was go and get a tattoo. And I decided that one would be perfect for me because I was just starting my like career in music, even though I didn't end up having any career in music. But at that time, you know, you're young and you're just like, the world is my oyster. And I had also just moved away from like my hometown, moved somewhere new. I moved to the capital city, and I think for the first time, I felt like I could finally be myself 100%, you know? For me especially, I found school and growing up very restrictive in like what I could do, how I could be, how I could express myself. And I felt like once I went to college, I just had this complete freedom to like just be basically whoever I wanted and just not really care because I didn't know anyone, and it was like starting over basically. So that was like a symbol of that time of like starting over, also just my love of music, and that's what I chose to get. The next ones I actually got two together on the same time, and that was this one here. As you can tell, all of my initial ones I got were all very poorly done. That probably is just due to my own lack of, you know, I was just choosing like the cheapest place. I wasn't thinking like they're going to turn out bad or that the artist is not good. So this one says Amor, Vincit, Omnia, which means love conquers all in Latin. I got this because I was in my lover girl era. No, I'm joking. I wasn't even in a relationship at that time actually. I think if anything, I just broken up with someone. But I've always loved love. Like love is, for me, and you'll see it in a lot of my tattoos, for me almost like the purpose of life. It gives me life, it makes me feel alive. I just love love. 18-year-old me also loved to love. So, you know, love conquers all, that statement means that like no matter what, like love will persevere, and I don't believe that to be true after like what I've experienced in life. Like I don't really feel like that's accurate. Actually the opposite. Like you can love so much, but you know, different things like incompatibilities or logistics or circumstances can mean that like things don't work. That's in the romantic sense of love, obviously, but I don't have this issue. But for example, so many people, even with their own family members, aren't like, maybe they're like estranged, and you know, it's not really the case that like love conquers all, because so many other factors come into love that I actually don't believe that to be true. But it completely like blurred out, like it I forget the term now in tattooing, but yeah, it was done like not well. Obviously, like you can barely make out what that says, but like I said, I don't regret this tattoo at all. I think it represents me at a time when I was so idealistic about love, that it's so innocent, and it's so like, I loved what I viewed of the world and love then, you know what I mean? Like it was very just wholesome, and like, yeah, so I kind of love it in that sense. And at this same place on the same day, I got this heart. So this is Queen of Hearts symbol, and yeah, it's literally just Q with a heart underneath it. He didn't do that one as bad. So the Queen of Hearts symbol literally just is what it means. It's just the Queen of Hearts symbol. And again, I just got it because I love love. And some people have asked me before, like, do you think you are the Queen of Hearts? Is that why you got it? That is not it. That is not what that means at all. It's just a symbol. I just thought it was cute. It looked nice. Just the meaning for me is like, it just represents again that like love conquers all. I love love. I love being in love. I love love makes the world go round. The next tattoo I got is this one, which is the Aries symbol. That is my star sign in Western astrology. In Western astrology, I'm an Aries, but actually in Vedic astrology, I realized in the last couple of years, I'm a Pisces. I got this, again, I was probably like 19 maybe, I guess. Like these were all kind of in a similar time. I always felt like I just really aligned with the characteristics or like traits of an Aries. So I just always felt like I identified a lot with my star sign, so that's why I got that. The next one that I got is this teacup one. So it's a teacup with 2 roses and a robin. So this one was my first like big tattoo I got, I suppose, and that took a few hours. It doesn't have like huge meaning. I honestly just, like, if you see some of my videos, like I just love hot drinks. I just really loved the image. I always wanted a teacup. Like I really love mugs. What's your favorite dish? Mugs? Sorry, that's a meme. No, I really do. Like I love cups. I love buying like mugs. I love coffee. I love tea. I love the comfort and coziness of hot drinks. Genuinely, like that is like one of the happiest moments of my day, is just in the morning and having a coffee and like journaling and just doing that type of stuff. I just love that. I love buying different cups. I love coffee. I just love sitting with like a cup of hot something in my hand, and it brings me such a comfort in life, like honestly. The next one that I got is this moon tattoo. So this is just, it's like a crescent moon with a little face. I love this tattoo even still. Like I love his face, and he just looks so zen and calm. This one doesn't really have any like huge deep meaning. I just really liked it, really love the image. Who doesn't love the moon? Space and everything is just so fascinating, and it's like we're just on this literal rock in the middle of space tumbling around, and I think about that a lot. So yeah, I just thought it was really cute. It's just kind of like whimsical and a bit like, yeah, so I liked it for that reason. Then I think I got this one. So this is a palm tree. Maybe I was a bit older, maybe I was like 21, 22. Yeah, it's just this palm tree with like a sunset on the horizon, and yeah, I really love this tattoo. I say it a lot in my videos probably, but I really love palm trees. They bring me so much joy to just look at them. I swear, I love them. I just love how they look. Just gives me this feeling of like warmth and sun and light and joy, just joy. I just don't know how to explain it, but they bring me so much joy. So, and it's so funny because like I got this at a time when like I had no idea at that time I would ever be in India or living in India, and now I live somewhere where I get to see palm trees all the time. The next one that I got by the same lady actually who did the palm tree, and it's this bee with honeycomb kind of design around it. I got this as kind of just like a filler in, you know, I had this and this, and like this whole space was just empty obviously. So during this time, meaning obviously wasn't high on my list because this also doesn't have any meaning. I just really love bees. Again, it just gives me this feeling of like warmth and sun and yellow and brightness. The next tattoos I got that I think I got. I'm not even sure. This one and this one I got on the same day, and this one says ha no, and this is hands, holding hands. I actually really like how these look, like just the little text with the hands. Like they're completely separate tattoos, by the way. They're not actually like linked or anything. Like they don't have a joint meaning together or anything like that. The ha no tattoo is just sarcasm. It's just like ha no. I don't know, I just thought it was really funny. I thought it was like cute. It was just really like silly kind of, but also like I'm quite sarcastic as well, so I just thought it was like a cute kind of, I just liked the look of it. Again, doesn't have any deep meaning. And then the hands tattoo, same as the other love tattoos, it's just like a symbol of love and affection and love. I almost forgot about this one. I don't know when I got this. Maybe I was like 23 maybe. It's a coffee cup and a wine glass, and it says AM PM. I just don't know why I got this tattoo. It's like very thick, it's very heavily done. I don't love it, but I also never see it. Like it's on the back of my arm, so I literally forget I have this tattoo. The meaning is kind of explanatory. It's like in the morning have a coffee, in the night have a glass of wine, you know? And as I said, I love my beverages. I love hot drinks especially, and also love a glass of wine. So weirdly enough, at that time, at 23 years old, I was not drinking wine, so I don't even know why this was in a time when I was this age. Like, yeah, I was going out a lot. I was being like a typical youth, going out and drinking, coming to work hungover, that type of stuff. So it did kind of represent that time. Then this tattoo, so this is Arabic. I get so many comments about this tattoo on my YouTube. So many Indians think that this is Urdu. If you're watching and you don't know, Urdu is the language of Pakistan, and obviously India, Pakistan, you know, it's really funny to me that people think that it's Urdu like automatically, whereas where I'm from, if people see this tattoo, they know straight away it's Arabic, because I would say like most people don't even know that Urdu is the language of Pakistan and that it looks like this, honestly. So in my home country, this tattoo is very obviously Arabic, but obviously here in India, people just immediately assume it's Urdu. Thus, people like make so really strange assumptions. Like people assume because I have an Arabic tattoo that I'm Muslim, and then people assuming that like my partner is Muslim and he's not, because I have this tattoo, and just very like random associations because of this tattoo. I got this tattoo when I was, I think 24, maybe 25, I'm not sure, but I got it when I was in a relationship with someone who had grown up in a Middle Eastern country. I also in general, like since I was like in my early 20s, I always really enjoyed like Arabic culture, like learning about Arabic culture. I love Arabic songs, music from Arab countries. So yeah, so me and this person got matching tattoos. Again, there wasn't like really specific meaning of why we got in Arabic, just obviously like it related to where he was from, but then it was also like I also just really liked the look of Arabic script. I thought, you know, I've always thought it was really cool. I always wanted to learn Arabic. Yeah, we got these matching together stupidly at that time. But yeah, again, like I don't regret it. I got it at a time when like it felt like the right thing to do and I wanted to do it. We wanted to do it. But the only thing that bothers me about this tattoo is that other people associate these things with it, because they're things that aren't like true, but people assume them because of this one tattoo. So if you're Indian and you're watching, please don't assume. The meaning of this in English is you are my home. But yeah, this is the only tattoo that if I like, again, I don't regret it. It's not like I wish I had never got it done, but this person is like no longer my life, and that's like the main tattoo. I feel like if I was to actually remove one of them, it would be that one. And also just because of the comments, like so many Indians just assuming these things because of this tattoo. Who cares, you know what I mean? Like I know what it means and I know whatever, but it's just annoying like to see these comments associating it with things that like I have nothing to do with. In Western countries, guys, it's very, very normal to get tattoos in other languages. Chinese letter tattoos, Japanese tattoos, Arabic, all kinds of things. But yeah, I've never seen anyone here with a tattoo in another language, so it's probably just not as common. But in like my country, it's very, very normal to have tattoos in other languages. So yeah, it's just funny that like the minute people see it, they see Urdu, and yet it's Arabic. And if in my home country, everyone would assume that this is Arabic. This is one of my favorite tattoos that I have. I got this maybe when I was, again, maybe like 24. I really don't know. But this is from a movie called The Lobster. The artist that did this is absolutely amazing. So good. It just looks so realistic, and I love it. I think a lot of people think that it's not finished because of the gaps, like it's someone holding something, but it's meant to be like that. That's the cover of the film. He's not not holding anyone. It's like the outline, he's holding the outline of a person. And this is actually an Irish actor, Colin Farrell, who plays the character in this movie. And it's not like an Irish movie, but a lot of it was filmed in Ireland actually. But the concept of the movie I just love. Again, it's kind of to do with love, of course. It's about this man who has a certain amount of days to find a partner, otherwise they turn into an animal. So it's like all these people staying at a hotel and they have to like pair up with other people in a couple, or else they'll turn into an animal. It sounds really like crazy, and it is a bit of a like funky movie, like it's a bit out there, but I think that's why I loved it. I just thought it was so cool. The concept was so cool as well. Like I loved it. So then the next tattoo I got, I believe, was this one is Vijeta. So this is a Hindi tattoo. The artist just did this so close together, like it looks very, it's kind of difficult to make out. It's not very clear. So this means Vijeta, and this does kind of have a meaning. Vijeta means winner in Hindi. I'm very like big on manifestation and just creating the life you want through your thoughts, through your energy, through your actions obviously, but like about like your mindset, you know, your mindset. If you have a certain mindset, you can do anything. I think I'm really big on that and like manifesting and just creating the life I want, but also to do that you obviously have to have a certain mentality and belief. I feel like for me that belief doesn't come very naturally, which is why I cling on to manifestation so much, because I feel like I'm someone with like lower self-esteem. So I don't feel like it's something that just, you know, I've been this confident person always. It's more something like I have to actively think that way and change the way I think to be that person, if that makes sense. So yeah, I got this kind of to represent that, you know, to like remind myself that like I am always a winner. Everything always works out for me. I always have good things happen to me. I bring good things into my life, and yeah, just kind of all to do with that, like seeing yourself as someone who is a winner. But I love this tattoo just for the meaning and everything, but yeah, I just wish it was done thinner lines, and I even told him to do thin lines, but he just kept going over it, I think because he had messed up something. But anyway, the next tattoo is my India map. I love this tattoo as well. It's perfect because it's like thin lines, it's very like distinct, and yeah, I just love it. I think it's self-explanatory why I got an India map tattoo. Obviously in the last number of years, like India has just been a huge part of my life, you know. I've been going so much for the last few years. Obviously now I live here, so it's just, at that time I didn't even know I would be living here, by the way. Like I just had gotten it because I had such a big love and interest in India that like already up to that point it was just such a big part of like my interest. It probably sounds weird to call India a hobby, but yeah, an interest probably is a better word. But yeah, it was just already such a big interest for like a number of years that's why I got this tattoo. Is like it's just already been such a big part of my life for the last few years, you know. And the next tattoo I got is obviously this amazing Maa Saraswati tattoo. So I got this done here in India in Aund, in a place called Sabi's Tattoo. He is amazing artist, and yeah, he just did an incredible job. Like the detail in this tattoo is insane. And yeah, this is like my favorite tattoo, and probably my favorite for its meaning as well. Yeah, so maybe you're thinking, why did I get this tattoo? For me, Maa Saraswati she symbolizes exactly that, like knowledge, creativity, arts, learning, growth, all of that type of stuff. And that to me is the embodiment of like my life, of like what I want to do with my life, is just keep on always learning, growing, learning more things about myself and the world, always being creative. I feel like that's what I've learned in recent years, is like if I'm just creative, I will feel fulfilled. Like that for me gives me a sense of purpose in life, and having Saraswati here is just like a reminder of that, to always keep learning, keep growing, and keep being creative. That is me, if that makes sense. Like I identify so much with this tattoo. And you know, obviously I know in India a lot of people, you know, they worship like Shiv and Krishna and gods that are more typically worshipped, but for me it's Saraswati. We have an image of Saraswati in our living room, and I just feel the most closely related to Maa Saraswati. So yeah, I just absolutely love this tattoo for everything, how it looks, its meaning, everything. Yeah, I was a little bit apprehensive before about getting this tattoo. Obviously imagery in Hinduism is very sacred. I think before I got it I was a bit concerned, like would people be offended by me getting the image of a goddess tattooed, because in Hinduism obviously iconography is so prominent. Like just the image of a god or goddess is considered very sacred, and obviously to be treated with so much respect. Like it's not just an image, you know, images are worshipped in Hinduism, no? So yeah, it was kind of like I was a little bit like, oh, this goes again with my views of religion and spirituality, is like it's what you make of it. Obviously I wouldn't do anything intentionally disrespectful. I made sure to ask people like as well before, like I asked Utsav as well, like, is this like appropriate, would you be offended by this or anything? And from what I know, it would only be very disrespectful if I got it like on my leg, for example, or like on my lower part of my body. So yeah, I made sure to kind of think a lot about this tattoo before I got it, because obviously I was aware that it's something of a much deeper important meaning. But yeah, thankfully I've only ever had amazing comments about this tattoo saying that it's beautiful and, you know, people respect it a lot. So yeah, but it's definitely my favorite tattoo. I love it so much. And the most recent tattoo I got is this one. It says Scrag head. I love the text as well of how it like looks as well. This one also does have a meaning. So my dad growing up used to call me Scrag head because I've always had really, as you can see, like frizzy, scraggy kind of hair, and everyone else in my family has like pretty much like straight normal hair. So yeah, that was kind of his nickname for me. He always would just call me Scrag head. And yeah, he passed away in 2023. So yeah, after he passed, I decided to get this tattoo in honor, in remembrance, or whatever you want to say. So yeah, it's just a nice little reminder of that and to remind myself that I have scraggy hair. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, it's a very sweet one. Again, I really love this one. All of my recent ones I really love, obviously, because they were more recent. But oh, I almost forgot about my legs. So this one is a skeleton hand with a match. This was one of the ones that I got on Friday the 13th. It does not have any meaning. This one is also from a flash on Friday the 13th, and it's just a love letter with number 13 inside it. And this one is a symbol from a Marilyn Manson album. This Marilyn Manson one actually does have kind of like a significance to it, because Marilyn Manson, if you're Indian and you're watching, you probably don't know maybe who Marilyn Manson is, but he is like a rock artist, metal rock artist, industrial artist, quite big in the 90s, and he was just very like controversial at his time. He was very eccentric. Sorry, I'm saying it like he's dead. He's still alive and still making music. I just really like Marilyn Manson. Was such a huge part of my teenage years and early 20s. Like I just identified so much with his messaging. Message in his music was always like, be yourself and don't be ashamed or afraid to be yourself, even if it's different or weird, or, you know, even if other people don't get it. Or at a time in my teenage years when I just used to feel so alone, Marilyn Manson made me feel like there's so many people in the world that are like me, you know, at that time, like that are like me, and I'm not like just this weirdo. And whereas in my actual life around me, I didn't really see anybody like me who liked those things or were interested in those things or liked to dress that way or express themselves in that way. And yeah, that's one of my favorite albums by him, Mechanical Animals. So I just got that logo tattooed there. But I barely ever listen to his music now, just because like I'm older and I liked loads of different kinds of music genres now. But even now I still have so much like appreciation for like that time in my life and for his music. And obviously I don't know him as a person. You'd swear I did by the way I'm going on, but I don't know how to explain it. I just, growing up, like I felt very, very isolated, and I felt so much like camaraderie from music. Like that was music was my friend, you know? Yeah, it's just like that was a huge part of those years for me. Okay guys, that was all of my tattoos. So yeah, I don't even know how many I have in total, but that was all of them. I haven't gotten a tattoo now in ages. I think the last ones I got were the most recent ones. I got them in 2023, so that was 2 years ago, and I haven't gotten any since. The only reason why I would get tattoos again would be to fill in the spaces and fill in these gaps, because as of now it's like almost a sleeve, but there's still so much gaps in space. So I probably will at some point like fill in these gaps with something just to make it like cohesive. I was thinking here to either put an Ireland map or a shamrock. Shamrock is like one of the symbols of Ireland, like a national symbol. I thought that would be really cool because I have the India map here, so if I had something Irish related here, I think it would be really like cool, you know, like represents my two personalities. I really like the idea of getting something very feminine, like flowers, maybe like sunflowers, or just something very like pretty and dainty and like feminine, even like pink. I would love like some pink flowers or something. But yeah, definitely in the future is a high probability I would get those just to kind of finish out this arm basically. But in terms of getting tattoos like anywhere else, like here or on my legs more or anything, I don't think I would. I think I'm like, I love my tattoos and I love that I like have tattoos, and like as I said, I don't regret anything, or I'm not unhappy that any of these are on my body. Like I love them. I'm also just like not really in that stage of life where I'm like, oh my god, I want so many tattoos. Like I feel like I already have so many tattoos, and I'm kind of just happy with what I have now. You know, I'm not really feeling like, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this. Whereas throughout my 20s, I always had that like, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this. Whereas now I'm just like content with what I have, you know. Oh, and I forgot, like the other tattoos I have, I forget about these because they're almost non-existent, but they are finger tattoos that I got. But yeah, they're just literally dots. So it's like 2, 3 dots, 2 dots, 1 dot. And then like just a line and 2 lines. Again, like these don't have any meaning obviously, but yeah, I remember I got them done in London. I was in London for a concert, I think. I was in London for something anyway, and I just got them done kind of randomly. But yeah, because you're always washing your hands, using your hands, they have faded so much. So yeah, I would definitely need to keep like getting them redone, but I'm not even bothered because they're just kind of keep fading. But I do like them. I actually, you know, I always really liked the look of like finger tattoos, especially if it's something like dainty and small like this. But anyway guys, that was it for my tattoo video. I hope you enjoyed hearing and seeing about all of my tattoos. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, I will see you in my next one.